Ina miƙa saƙon gaisuwa gare ku masu sauraronmu. Sunana Ikechukwu Obiora. Ina tare da wani bayani mai matuƙar muhimmanci da fatan za ku saurare ni da kunnuwan basira cewar shin gudanar da zaɓe halattacce na gaskiya da adalci a Najeriya shine yayi sanadiyar tsantsar talauci da rashin ci gaba a ƙasar nan a yau. Da a ce jagororin al'ummar ƙasar na tafikar da harkokin zaɓe cikin gaskiya da adalci tun 1960 da Najeriya ta samo 'yancin kanta zuwa yau 2025 da ƙasar ta zama ta farko a ci gaba a faɗin duniya ta kowanne ɓangare. Domin kuwa inda ƙasar ta samo 'yanci daga hannun turawan mulkin mallaka kashi 90 na zaɓukan da ake yi tun daga zaɓen wakilai zuwa na shugaban ƙasa, majalisar dokoki ta ƙasa, gwamnonin jihohi, 'yan majalisun jihohi da shugabannin ƙananan hukumomi. Ba zaɓe na gaskiya ake yi, zaɓe ne na murɗiya, danniya da maguɗi gaba ɗaya. Za a iya cewa 'yan Najeriya ba sa zaɓar ainihin shugabannin da suke ƙauna, sannan ana mulkar su ba da amincewarsu ba, wato ba da jagororin da suka zaɓo suka ɗora a kan kujerun mulki ba. Babu shakka rashin samun ingantaccen zaɓe shi yasa ake yi wa demokaradiyyarmu kallon bi'ahu a wannan lokacin. Yanzu a ƙasar nan wani abu mai sauƙi amma abin takaici shine yadda ake fashi da maguɗin zaɓe da yadda masu ruwa da tsaki a sha'anin zaɓe ke naɗa hukumomin zaɓe da jami'an hukumomin, inda su kansu jama'iyyunsu ko 'yan takarkarinsu ke tsayawa takara a wannan zaɓe wanda ya zama kamar mutum ne da alƙalanci kansa a fagen shari'a. Na san yana da muhimmanci a yi amfani da na'urorin tantance zaɓe da na haɗa sakamakon zaɓe wato BVAS da IREV, wanda hukumar zaɓe mai zaman kanta ta ƙasa INEC ya zama dole a yi amfani da su a zaɓen Najeriya. Wannan tsarin ba zai magance matsalar maguɗin zaɓe ba in har hukumomin zaɓe ba su kasance masu gaskiya da ƙin marawa wani ɓangare baya ya yi maguɗi ba. Waɗanda ke tsara maguɗi da ba da umarnin yinsa yawanci shugabannin hukumomin zaɓe ne wanda ke aiki da haɗin kanmu 'yan siyasa da son zuciya domin cin ribar 'yan siyasa ko jama'iyyun da hukumomin zaɓe ke marawa baya, waɗanda ke yin duk mai yiwuwa su murɗe zaɓe ga masu gidansu. Jami'an hukumomin na yin iyaka ƙoƙarinsu na mai da hannun agogo baya ga wanda ba sa so. Maganar gaskiya ita ce duk da amfani da na'urorin zaɓe za a iya bijiro da hanyoyin maguɗi a samu nasara, musamman ta hanyar birkita yanar gizo da ɗauke wutar lantarki domin a cimma burin haka. Sannan da gangan za a iya ƙin fitar da sakamakon zaɓe ko jinkirta fidda shi da sauran hanyoyin maguɗin zaɓe. Duk wannan na nuna gazawar na'urorin zaɓe cewa ba lalle ne su iya magance maguɗin zaɓe ba har shugabannin hukumomin zaɓe ba su da gaskiya. Kuma kamar yadda ake zargi, hukumomin zaɓen Najeriya ba sa aikin zaɓe na gaskiya, suna yi wa waɗanda suka saka su aiki maguɗi su ci zaɓe ne kawai. Saboda haka hanyar tabbatar da gaskiya da adalci a zahiri a zaɓe kaɗai ita ce a samar da yanayin da za a naɗa malaman zaɓe su zama masu cin gashin kansu, ba ruwansu da duk wani ɗan siyasa, musamman shugaban ƙasa da gwamnoni. Haka kuma in dai ana so kuma halattaccen zaɓen da zai karɓu a ƙasa baki ɗaya a ƙarƙashin amintacciyar hukumar zaɓe, ita ce hanya ɗaya da za ta sa ƙasar nan da al'ummarta ta ɗaukaka kuma a fitar da jama'a daga ƙangin talauci. Sannan ta haka ne za a iya fidda albarkatun da Ubangiji ya yi wa Najeriya domin 'yan ƙasa su amfana ta hanyar ayyukan ci gaba da rage raɗaɗin talauci. Haka ne zai sa ka ji ƙasarmu a cikin manyan ƙasashen da suka ci gaba a duniya. Gaskiya ina mai miƙa shawarata akan a yi wata sabuwar hukumar zaɓe mai cin gashin kanta wadda za a ba ta cikakken 'yancin gudanar da zaɓe a dukkan saƙo da lungu, tun daga matakin tarayya, jihohi da ƙananan hukumomi, kuma a tabbatar da cewa kwamishinonin zaɓen an ɗauko su ne daga ƙungiyoyin ma'aikata aƙalla 6, a karɓe su daga Majalisar Ɗinkin Duniya, kuma kwamishina guda ɗaya a ɗauko daga hukumar sa ido ta duniya a samu jimillar kwamishinoni guda 13. Sabuwar hukumar zaɓe mai zaman kanta ya kyauta a ce tana da ƙarfin ikon ɗorawa da sauke duk wani ma'aikacin hukumar har ma da shugabanta. Zaɓen kwamishinonin hukumar zaɓe zai zamo kamar daga ƙungiyar ma'aikata kamar haka. Ƙungiyar malaman kwalejojin fasaha wato polytechnic su zaɓi kwamishina da zai wakilci yankin Arewa ta tsakiya. Sannan ƙungiyar malaman jami'o'in Najeriya su zaɓi kwamishina daga yankin Arewa maso gabas. Hukumar akantocin Najeriya wato ICAN su zaɓi ɗaya daga cikinsu ya wakilci Arewa maso yamma. Sai kuma ƙungiyar lauyoyin Najeriya su zaɓi wakilin da zai wakilci kudu maso gabas. Ƙungiyar likitocin Najeriya su zaɓi wanda zai wakilci kudu maso kudu. Sai kuma ƙungiyar 'yan jaridu ta ƙasa ta zaɓi wanda zai wakilci yankin kudu maso yammacin Najeriya. 'Yan siyasa da sauran mutanen da suka riƙe mukamai a Najeriya ba za a yarda a zaɓe su a kowanne irin mukami ba a sabuwar hukumar ta zaɓe. Majalisar Ɗinkin Duniya da ƙungiyar tabbatar da adalci ta duniya ba su cancanci su naɗa kowa ba a kowanne irin matsayi matuƙar ɗan Najeriya ne a wannan sabuwar hukumar zaɓe. Aikin shugaban ƙasar ne ya karɓi sunayen mutanen da aka gabatar masa tare da takardunsu na ƙwarewar aiki domin aikawa zauren majalisar dattijai da kuma majalisar wakilai ta ƙasa domin tantancewa. Babu wani ko wasu da za a gabatar da za a yadda a yi watsi da shi ko kuma a tsige shi sai an samu tattaunawa da samun daidaito na aƙalla 2/3 na majalisar dattijai ta ƙasa da kuma majalisar wakilan Najeriya, kuma kowanne wakili ya yi zaɓen cikin sirri kuma a nuna wa duniya yadda ake yin zaɓen ta kafofin watsa labarai na zamani kuma a tabbatar an hana zaɓe ta hanyar amon murya. Sannan wa'adin mulkin kwamishina a ofis kar ya wuce shekara 4. Ya zama dole a fayyace cewar kafa sabuwar hukumar zaɓe mai zaman kanta ta ƙasa ba zai zamanto wani yunƙuri na ƙwace mulki daga hannun jiha ba, tunda za a karɓe ikon naɗa hukumomin zaɓe daga hannun gwamnoni da shugaban ƙasa. A bar shi a tsaka-tsaki wanda hakan zai ƙarfafa ƙudurin fidda Najeriya daga talauci. Ina so na sanar cewa tun daga nan Majalisar Ɗinkin Duniya da hukumar tabbatar da adalci ta duniya ba za su saba wa 'yancin ƙasa saboda zaben da za su yi ba. Ba za a yi shi da ƙarfin tuwo kowanne iri ba, sai dai Najeriya a matsayinta na cikakkiyar ƙasa ce za ta buƙaci a yi zaɓukan wanda za ta shiga yarjejeniya da Majalisar Ɗinkin Duniya da hukumar tabbatar da adalci ta duniya su cimma manufar. Kuma Majalisar Ɗinkin Duniya da hukumar tabbatar da adalci ta duniya za su buƙaci Najeriya kamar sauran hukumomin da suka ci gaba sun ɗauki sata ko maguɗin zaɓe a matsayin mari irin wannan a Najeriya. Ba da daɗewa ba shugaban ƙasar Honduras Xiomara Castro ya aika wasiƙa ga Majalisar Ɗinkin Duniya ya buƙace ta da ta ƙirƙiro wa Honduras hukumar yaƙi da rashawa da ɓarnar dukiya a ƙasar, inda suka sanya hannu a takardar yarjejeniyar fahimtar juna dangane da lamarin. Tabbas Majalisar Ɗinkin Duniya na da ƙwararru, shahararrun ma'aikata da tsarin tafikar da aikin gwamnati fiye da kowa a duk faɗin duniya wanda ake zaɓa daga Afirka, Gabas ta Tsakiya, Asiya, Turai, Amurka da ƙasashen tsibirin kudancin nahiyar Amurka wato Caribbean Nations da sauransu. Hakika na gabatar da ƙudurin garan bawul ga kundin tsarin mulkin ƙasa dangane da samar da sabuwar hukumar zaɓe mai zaman kanta ta ƙasa wato INEC, wanda nan gaba kaɗan za a sanarwa da jama'a, sannan na miƙa shi ga Majalisar Tarayya ta ƙasa domin dubawa. A ƙarshe bari na ja hankalinmu gaba ɗaya. Mu tuna a kodayaushe cewar da daɗewa mafi rinjaye daga cikin mutanenmu na rayuwa cikin matsananciyar yunwa, jahilci, cututtuka, ungoyin marasa galihu, rashin tsaro da aikin yi, duk a sanadiyar rashin wadatacciyar gwamnati, rashin halattacciyar gwamnati da aka samar daga magudin zaɓe da jan ragamar gwamnati ba tare da amincewar jama'a ba. Saboda haka ya kamata mu haɗa ƙarfi da ƙarfe, mu yaƙi wannan annoba a hannuwanmu cikin izza da ci gaba mai ɗorewa. Ubangiji ya albarkaci Najeriya. Sunana Ikechukwu Obiora, naku.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, viewers. I'm Bridget James, welcoming you to news at 9 p.m. on Psalm TV. This broadcast is coming to you live from Jalingo. This is the Pulse of the Nation. We bring only the stories that matter. Stay with us on Facebook at Psalm TV and on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. Here are tonight's major headlines. INEC uploads 36.99% of Anambra governorship result as international observers praise peaceful conduct of Anambra election. Kaduna cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and lawyer Malcolm Omirobu clash over alleged terrorist defense. Chief of Army Staff urges troops in Borno to maintain pressure on insurgents. On international news, U.S. lawmakers Really Moore introduced resolutions condemning persecution of Christians in Nigeria as the African Union Commission reaffirms support for Nigerian sovereignty and religious freedom. Supported by the Avina Foundation and Unrest Weather funding from IDRC to CRDI, the program equips women care workers with green skills to promote sustainable livelihoods, reduce environmental impact, and ease household energy burdens.
My name is Absalam Ashifa. I'm project lead for this project that I'm currently doing in Lankabiri. So we are here today to do the training, to conclude the training that we've been doing for the past 3 days of briquette production and the eco-friendly store. So one of our objectives for this training is for us to empower these women economically in terms of production of these briquettes, and also for environmental sustainability so that they'll be able to reduce the use of firewood in their day-to-day cooking exercise. So with the provision of these briquettes, there will be reduction in the use of trees and charcoals, which leads to environmental degradation. And also for the introduction of the eco-friendly soap, it will help them to reduce emission of greenhouse gases.
We are here to build the capacity of women and to see that they have achieved indifference, and to tell them that there's new innovation of protecting their home, building their many other things that women are into.
My name is Rahab Amidu Andele. There are serious challenges because most women in this our locality used to go to the bush and fetch firewood and come and cook with them, but there is also problem of water as a result of all this climate change, and when it happens it affects our children too regarding work in the house, because they have to go for a long distance to fetch water for us to do some things at home.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has uploaded 36.99% of result from Anambra State governorship election to its result viewing portal as of 3:52 p.m. on Saturday. Data shows results from 2,116 of the 5,718 polling units have been processed, with further updates expected as collation continues. International observers and civil society groups have commended INEC for the peaceful and well-coordinated conduct of the Anambra election, Reporting highlighted smooth accreditation, timely deployment of materials, and orderly voting. The functioning of beavers and disciplined security personnel. INEC Chairman Professor Joash Amopitan reaffirms the Commission's commitment to transparency, credibility, and timely announcement of results. The FRSC Special Marshal in Plateau State have called for stronger security measures to protect personnel on duty. Coordinator Abayomi Agbebami highlighted frequent risks leading to injuries or death. Senior FRSC officials and traditional leaders supported improved collaboration with security agencies, better training, and enhanced road safety strategies to safeguard. Daily Friday in Sarkin Noma, Kena local government area, Nasarawa State, during a confrontation with kidnappers abducting an elderly resident. About 50 gunmen, suspected headsmen, attacked the community. Hundreds of youth protested, blocking the Makurdi-Kena highway. Police Commissioner Shatima Jaura Mohammed restored calm, and investigations are ongoing to apprehend the attackers. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, visited Joint Task Force Northeast troops in Maiduguri, Borno, urging sustained pressure on insurgents. He assured logistical support and welfare incentives to boost morale. Separately, Operation Wild Stroke troops arrested 3 suspected bandits in Benue State following attacks in Ohimini local government area that left 4 dead. Detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu will learn the outcome of his terrorism trial on November 20th after failing to present a defense. Justice James Omotosho fixed the date after Kanu exhausted 6 days allocated for defense, but claims charges were invalid. Prosecution argued refusal to defend. Court held non-participation waived his defense right. A motion to nullify his plea was deferred until November 20th. Apostle Ugwene Ogu urged President Tinubu to avert potential U.S. military intervention following killings of Christians. He called for removal of implicated officials, establishment of state-level task force, and cease of cattle's invasion practices, and also urgent military actions to reclaim affected communities. Speaking in Port Harcourt, Ogu emphasized swift, decisive steps to prevent further escalations and international scrutiny. Reverend Ezekiel Dakomo threatened to take the Nigerian government to the International Criminal Court over alleged mass killing of Christians in northern Nigeria, leading to documentation's effort. He aimed to present evidence including mass graves and targeted attacks. Over 7 million naira has been raised to support victims, providing food, medical aid, and financial support where government intervention is absent. A deputy superintendent of the NSCDC, Sani Yakubu, pleaded guilty to misappropriating 1.7 million naira belonging to Mrs. Venica Idoko. Arraigned at Kaduna State High Court 12, he admitted 3 counts of criminal breach of trust. Justice Ishaka adjourned sentencing to November 12, 2025. ICPC emphasized strict action against public officials exploiting positions for personal gain, reiterating accountability and zero tolerance for corruption. 5 Lagos-based drug traffickers were sentenced to a combined 21 years for cocaine and tramadol offenses. 3 courts with 17.9 kilograms of cocaine and cannabis received 5-year term each. 2 others with 30.5 kilograms of drugs, they were sentenced to 3 years. Vehicles and bribes were forfeited. The NDLEA reiterated its focus on dismantling cartels, targeting couriers, financiers, and logistic coordinator nationwide. The Senate dismissed claims of receiving a $10 million bribe to block the confirmation of NERC nominee Abdullahi Ramat. Spokesperson Yemi Adoromi described allegations by ex-advisor Alwan Hassan as baseless. Screening was paused due to complaints, not bribery. The Senate warned Hassan to provide evidence in court and confirm Ramat's confirmation, which remains suspended pending further review. UNICEF has enrolled 33,532 children in Borno State on the Nigerian Learning Passport, a digital platform providing free localized education. Charles Atiya, UNICEF's education officer, noted 425 teachers trained to support blended learning. The initiative provides over 17,000 learning materials with tablets, routers, and offline devices supplied by partners, aimed at reducing out-of-school children and promoting accessible education for all in conflict-affected areas. The NYSC has extended the 2025 Batch C online registration by 48 hours due to a technical severe overload impacting profile creation, biometric uploads, and payment. The extension allows affected court members until midnight, November 11, 2025, to complete registration. NYSC continues to resolve issues to ensure nationwide smooth registration. Nigeria's food import bill rose to $2.39 billion between April 2024 and March 2025, up from $2.14 billion previously. Despite efforts to boost local production, the increase, 11.6%, coincide with rising malnutrition in Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe. CBN data indicate monthly import fluctuation, underscoring continued dependence on foreign food and prompting calls for strengthened import substitution and agricultural intervention to enhance national food security. Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris expressed disappointment over the Agile project, poor performance. Speaking with the Agile team, the stressed transparency and local participation in contract awards, condemning secretive bidding. Idris emphasized empowerment for adolescent girls and acknowledged qualified local contractors. The Agile team reported visits to school construction sites across 18 states, commending Kebbi's cooperation in project implementation. Cross River Governor Basi Otu praised the Nigerian Governors Spouses Forum for advancing gender-inclusive and public health advocacy. Hosting the NGSF retreat in Calabar, he highlighted 6-month paid maternity leave and healthcare improvements. Forum Chairman Olufolake Abdulrazak commended Cross River's initiative, and the First Lady's reaffirms commitment to women's health, child's welfare, gender equity, and advocacy against SGBV nationwide. The Ogun State Pension Fund Management Committee praised Governor Dapo Abiodun for advancing workers' welfare through contributory pension reform. The achievements include complementing enrollment, remitting pension rights and arrears, and also approving death benefits and palliative for retirees. The Labour leaders commended Abiodun's transparent leadership, affirming support for the administration commitment in a motivated workforce and secure retirement. Funke Adeoye, Executive Director of Hope Behind Bars Africa, won the 2025 Outstanding Young Lawyer Award from the International Bar Association, presented at the IBA Annual Conference in Toronto. The award recognized her work in access to justice, human rights, and legal technology. Adeoye founded the non-profit at 26, providing legal support to wrongfully incarcerated individuals while promoting criminal justice reform with ethical, innovative, and people-centered approaches. 3 students of Lagos State University of Science and Technology died and 7 were injured in a crash at Powerline Junction, Ikorodu. A sand-laden truck reportedly suffered brake failure, colliding with multiple vehicles and tricycles. Emergency respondents evacuated victims to hospitals while the deceased were taken to General Hospital Mortuary. LASMA attributed the accidents to overspeeding and poor vehicle maintenance and expressed condolences to the families. The new Nigeria People's Party scheduled its Osun governorship primary for December 13, 2025, ahead of the 2026 election. The state chairman, Tosin Adeyemi, confirmed at least 4 aspirants and highlighted plans to capitalize on APC and PDP divisions. NNPP positioned itself as a third phase, urging members to promote its programs. Other parties, including APC and PDP, are also preparing for the poll. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, WTO Director General, disowned the viral post falsely attributing criticism of President Tinubu's handling of insecurity to her on her verified X handle. She condemned the fake message, warned the public against sharing it, and also confirmed legal action against impersonators. The controversy followed U.S. President Trump's remark on alleged Christian persecution in Nigeria, prompting Tinubu to affirm religious freedom and tolerance in the country. President Bola Tinubu met the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, at Aso Rock to foster national unity and religious harmony amidst U.S. accusations of mass killings of Christians. Tinubu rejected the claim, affirming Nigerians' commitment to religious tolerance. The presidency stressed calm, diplomatic engagement, and citizen protection, strengthening ties with religious leaders to reassure Nigerians amidst international concern. NAFDAC raided a warehouse in Jos, Plateau State over altered expiry dates on product, arresting 2 suspects. Director Kenneth Azikwe, he said expired items, including wines and hot drinks, were relabeled to deceive customers. Plateau State Coordinator Dr. Obida Musa urged vigilance. The operation, part of nationwide enforcement, aimed to ensure product safety and remove unregistered, expired, falsified or banned goods, especially during festive periods. Stay with us. Some of the most electrifying stories are coming up next after the short commercial break. You won't want to miss a single update. Don't go away.
Taraba, blessed land richly endowed with precious gold, glittering gemstones and fertile soil that nurture life and promise prosperity. Yet, lurking amidst these treasures is a grave danger: illegal mining, a malignant threat that wreaks havoc on our precious environment. Illegal mining ravages Taraba's beautiful landscapes as reckless miners dig deep holes carelessly, leaving behind gaping pits that scar the earth, while toxic pollutants from these unlawful activities seep into and contaminate our vital rivers, streams and water sources, posing severe risks to humans, wildlife and entire ecosystems. It is on this note that the Taraba State Governor, Dr. Agbuke First, constituted the Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force to regulate the illegal mining activities. Legal mining infrastructure development as mining revenues help build vital schools where children learn bright futures, construct hospitals where citizens access quality healthcare, and improve roads enhancing connectivity. Therefore, a crucial clarion call resounds across Taraba, especially to our revered traditional and religious leaders who custodially lead communities and different faiths to rise magnanimously to this environmental challenge. We urgently appeal to traditional and religious leaders to sensitize their subjects diligently about the grave dangers of illegal mining, educate them on benefits of legal mining, and crucially blow the whistle courageously whenever illegal mining activities are spotted in villages, towns, or rural areas to this number 080-6608-1020. Do not be found wanting. Tarabans, let's join hands resolutely saying a loud and clear no to illegal mining while championing legal sustainable mining practices. Let us zealously protect Tarabas land, for it is truly our invaluable life. This message is brought to you by SP Jamu Emmanuel, Commander of Strike Force and Anti-Mining Activities.
Welcome back. We're glad you're still here with us. On the international news, U.S. lawmakers Really Moore has introduced a congressional resolution condemning the alleged persecution of Christians in Nigeria and supporting former President Trump's efforts to protect them, citing over 7,000 killings in 2025, church burnings, and pledged. The resolution urges global attention, criticized Nigerians' blasphemy law, and has gathered support from 20 co-sponsoring lawmakers and more than 55 international and faith-based organizations. The African Union Commission has reaffirmed its support for Nigerian sovereignty, religious freedom, and rule of law, rejecting recent U.S. threats over alleged attack on Christians, emphasizing diplomacy over military action. The AUC highlighted Nigeria's role in regional stability and urged constructive engagement. The Commission cautioned against framing security challenges solely as religious conflict and affirms readiness to support peace, security, and human rights while respecting Nigeria's constitutional authority. And on business news, the 15% import duty on petrol recently approved by President Bola Tinubu has drawn sharp criticism from labor unions and economic analysts, who described the policy as anti-people and warned it could worsen fuel prices and inflation. Enforced immediately by the Federal Inland Revenue Service, the duty is projected to raise petrol landing costs by nearly 100 per litre, potentially pushing pump prices in Lagos close to 965 naira. Critics argue this appropriation affects low-income Nigerians and that the government should instead incentivize domestic refining rather than imposing duties that favor large private players like the Dangote refinery. The labor leaders warned that the duty would be passed to consumers, deepening the nation's cost of living crisis and risking the creation of a fuel monopoly. Board passengers under the United Waterways Passengers Association have raised concern over the force, questioning the practicality of high-capacity boat. The stakeholders noted that boats accommodating more than 30 passengers could face operational delays, as operators may need to wait for full capacity before departing. The Omi Eco project to ease road congestion, while the government highlights sustainability, technology, and environmental benefits. Passengers emphasize the need for smaller, faster loading vessels, warning that larger boats might reduce efficiency. Barge operators called for scheduled departure and increased public awareness to encourage patronage and ensure smoother operations on Lagos waterways. And on international news, the Nigerian music industry continues to gain global recognition, with its artists earning multiple Grammy nominations, reflecting the country's growing influence in world music ahead of the 2026 Grammy Award. TVC News highlighted top Nigerian artists with the most nominations, which is Burna Boy with 13, followed by Sade Adu 9, Thames 8, Wizkid 6, Femi Kuti 6, Davido 5. Other notable nominees include Sonny Ade, Asake, and Arya Star. This nomination span diverse categories such as Best Global Music Album, Best African Music Performance, and Best R&B Song, showcasing Nigerians' creativity and cementing its status as a powerhouse in global music. And on sports, Nigeria has named its 24-man squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup African Playoff in Morocco, with goalkeeper Maduka Okoye and forward Chidera Ejuke returning. The Super Eagles will face Gabon in the semi-final on November 13th at Rabat Maule Hassan Stadium, aiming to reach the final against either Cameroon or DR Congo for a spot in Inter-Confederation Playoff. Key defendants include Bright Osayi Samuel, Chidozie Awazim, Semi Ajayi Williams, Truth Ekong, and Calvin Bassey, while midfielders feature Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, Alex Iwobi, and Rafael Onyedika. Attackers include Victor Osimhen, Ejuke Ademola Lukman, and Samuel Chukwueze. Notable omissions are Paul Onuachu and Ebenezer Akinsamiru. Nigeria seek its first World Cup return since 2018. That concludes today's broadcast. Before we go, here is a quick recap. INEC has uploaded 36.99% of Anambra governorship result, with international observers commending the peaceful conduct of the election. Kaduna cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and lawyer Malcolm Omirobo clashed over alleged terrorist defense, while the Chief of Army Staff urged troops in Borno to maintain pressure on insurgents. On the international front, U.S. lawmaker Riley Moore introduced a resolution condemning persecution of Christians in Nigeria as African Union Commission reaffirms support